Welcome to Conspiracy Animals, the show where creatures get curious. Today, we're joined by Milo the Meerkat, and he's been scanning the sands and sniffing out some strange theories. Now, we're not saying any of these are true. They're just for fun, for thought, and for your entertainment. So stay alert, stay skeptical, and let's dig in. In 1995, Denver opened a massive new airport. It was years late, billions over budget, and almost immediately, the rumors began. Underground tunnels, strange symbols, a mysterious dedication stone linked to a group that doesn't exist. The airport is filled with bizarre artwork, murals showing chaos and destruction, gas masks, fire, and children in coffins. One sculpture, a giant blue horse with glowing red eyes, fell on its creator and killed him during construction. People call it Blucifer. From above, the runway layout forms a shape some say resembles a symbol with a dark past. And according to workers, there are restricted areas and tunnels that lead nowhere. Some believe it's a bunker for world elites. Others say it's a secret HQ for the New World Order. The airport? They lean into it, joking about the conspiracies in ad campaigns and artwork. But is it just clever marketing, or a way to hide the truth in plain sight? A public airport with private secrets. No clear answers, just a lot of strange departures. In 1969, a bizarre rumor started spreading. Paul McCartney was dead, and had been for years. According to the theory, Paul died in a car crash back in 1966. The Beatles, panicked, replaced him with a lookalike to keep the band going. Someone who looked like Paul, sounded like Paul, but wasn't Paul. Fans claimed the band left clues, hidden in album covers and lyrics. On Sgt. Pepper's, Paul's wearing a patch that says OPD, officially pronounced dead. On Abbey Road, he's barefoot and out of step, like a corpse in a funeral procession. John leads the group dressed in white, like a preacher. Ringo in black, like a mourner. George in denim, the gravedigger. Then there's the infamous "I buried Paul" line. Backwards messages, hidden imagery, clues that, once you see them, are hard to ignore. Paul and the band always denied it, said it was just people reading too deep. But for some fans, it wasn't a theory. It was the greatest cover-up in rock history. So, did Paul really die? Or did the Beatles just create the world's most famous rumor and let it play out? No proof. Just records, rumors, and the world's longest encore. In the 1990s, a Canadian journalist named Serge Monast made a bold claim. He said NASA and global governments were planning something big, something fake, something called Project Bluebeam. According to the theory, the plan was to use advanced holograms, satellites, and mind control to stage a massive fake event. One that would unite the world under a single government, by force or by fear. Phase 1. Earthquakes revealing fake archaeological discoveries. Artifacts meant to challenge religion and rewrite human history. Phase 2. A holographic light show in the sky. A massive global display showing gods, messiahs, or aliens, depending on your culture. All speaking in your language, all fake. Phase 3. Synthetic telepathy. Messages beamed directly into people's minds, making them think it's divine communication. Final phase. World chaos. A staged alien invasion or spiritual takeover. And then, the arrival of a new world leader, the Savior. Monast claimed the tech already existed. He died suddenly in 1996. And some say that was no coincidence. NASA denies it. Governments laugh it off, but some still believe it's the endgame plan. Real or not, Project Bluebeam remains one of the most chilling theories out there. Because if you can fake the end of the world, you can control anything. In 1969, the world watched in awe as Neil Armstrong took that first step.
It's one small step for man.
The moment was historic, but not everyone bought it. Almost immediately, whispers began that the moon landing never happened, that it was filmed on Earth, on a soundstage. Directed, some say, by Stanley Kubrick himself. The shadows looked off, no stars in the sky. The flag, it waved on a windless moon. And the camera? Already focused and steady before Armstrong stepped down. NASA said the shadows were just perspective. The flag had a rod to hold it up, and the camera, pre-mounted and remote-controlled. But the doubters weren't convinced. They pointed to strange reflections, identical backgrounds in separate photos. And the biggest question of all, how did they pull this off with 1960s tech and never lose a single astronaut? Some say it was all about beating the Soviets, winning the space race, restoring American morale. NASA maintains it happened. 6 missions, 12 men on the moon, hundreds of pounds of lunar rock. But for some, the footage feels more Hollywood than history. So was it the greatest achievement in human exploration, or the greatest illusion ever broadcast? No proof, no confession, just one giant leap into uncertainty. In 1996, Tupac Shakur was shot in Las Vegas. He died 6 days later. Or so we were told. But the story never felt finished. Too many strange details, too many unanswered questions. No surveillance footage from the busy Vegas Strip, no solid suspects. And the man who cremated him, paid in cash, then vanished. Soon after, albums kept dropping. New lyrics, new recordings. Some fans swore he was leaving clues. Mentions of Machiavelli, the philosopher who wrote about faking one's death to outsmart enemies. And guess what name Tupac used on one of his final albums? Machiavelli. Then came the sightings. Tupac in Cuba, Tupac in Mexico, Tupac everywhere. Grainy photos, blurred videos, but no confirmation. Some say he escaped the spotlight. Others believe he was silenced. And the lookalikes, the messages, the albums, all part of a plan to keep his voice alive. Officially, Tupac is gone. But for millions of fans, the question still lingers. Did he really die in Vegas? Or did the legend live on, in the shadows? No body, no closure, just a legacy that refuses to fade. Thanks for watching today's episode of Conspiracy Animals. If you enjoyed it, drop a like and subscribe. It helps keep the show going, even if Milo says he's done with conspiracies for good. He's packing his things and heading back to the desert. Got a favourite conspiracy? Or one we haven't dug into yet? Drop it in the comments. We're always peeking out of the burrow for the next wild mystery. See you next time, unless Project Bluebeam kicks in first.